Hi guys, welcome to my channel. In this video, I'll try to cover the basic Azure portal overview and we will try to create the Azure storage blob account. So, to give you an overview of Azure portal, we need to log on to the portal.azure.com. Azure.com. Once you go over to the portal, you need to give your username and password to log into that Azure portal. So I have already copied paste my username and other things. Provide the username, then provide the password for that username. Then do the sign in. Once you log into that portal, so your screen will look like this. So by default, suppose no resources are created, nothing is there, so you have blank screen. Over there, you can create your own resources. You can navigate it. So here on the login page, you can see that your credentials, and from here you can see that what are the different options available on the Azure portal. So you have home, you have dashboard, you have different services. You can mark them as favorite. In quick sort, they will give you these options. Otherwise, you can search those options over here. Suppose if you want to create the storage account, so if you write down storage, you will get the storage accounts. If you want to create the Azure data factory, then you will write down the data factory. You'll see that data factory options available. If you want to search for the Databricks, you can see that Azure Databricks. All other options are available, and through the portal, you can search those options available also. So in this tutorial, I'll try to show you how to create the storage account. So once you log into your portal, you just have to click on the storage account, or you can search it through over here also. I'll show you by this storage account. So click on the storage account. So by default, you won't have any storage account created. Here you can find the options of create storage account. From here also, or from here you can create the storage account. So click on the storage account. So here you will have by default your subscription and your resource group. What is the resource group? Resource group is something under which all your resources will be tagged. So for me, this is my resource group. And for you, you have to create your own resource group and your subscription. Subscription is something to which the charge is whatever resource you created, all the charge will happen to that subscription, and under that subscription to that resource group. So either way, you can suppose you don't have any resource group created, you can either create from here, or by default, if you have created resource group, that will appear over here. Then you just have to provide the storage account name. Here you can see that the name must be unique across all the existing storage account in the Azure, and from minimum 3 to 24 character long, and it should contain only the lower letters and numbers, not the alphabet like underscore and other things. It won't be applied over there, or like it won't accept those values. So I will create one resource group. So this is my storage account name. It depends on you what kind of region is something where like this resource will be deployed. So Currently they have many other options, so East US, West US, Europe, in Europe also, West Europe, South Europe. So depends on you whether you want to deploy that, select that particular region. After selecting that regions, the performance, standard and the premium one. When you go for the premium, it's like charges will be more, like, because Azure is like pay as you go service. So by default, like standard is there, I'm selecting that, and in redundancy just select that whatever default is there, because otherwise there are different options are available. What is LRS? LRS is like in locally they will create the three copies of this storage account, in zone redundant, and in the geo redundant again. In geo redundant, that failover, like whenever one region is not available, then it will, you will get the data from different regions, so that availability is like 99.9% or something like this. Those availabilities depend on different type of redundancy, how you create those things. So here I'll create that geo redundant storage, clicked on the next. Here you'll get in advance the options, like how you want to select those things. Do you want this blob storage to by access by the public access? Yes or no? Key access should be there or not? Just go through all the options, check whether those things are there. The main option is here, enable hierarchical namespace. If you clicked on this means that in your storage account you will be like able to create folder wise structures and go through the hierarchy. Like suppose storage account name is there, then under that the folder name would be there, like input under that, or like again files under that you can upload the files, like that. Those kind of hierarchical system would be there. So this is based on your option. If you clicked on that option, again this access tire is there, hot or cool. So what access tires are there, like hot is where, like if you want to access data very frequently, then at that time you'll select the hot. Or like if you want to just put it over there and you're not accessing that data very frequently, then you can select that cool options also. So once you select that options, go to that next. Here in network access, it's up to you, like whether you want to provide that, like how to access that storage account through the public access from all networks, or from the private network or the virtual address. Select that proper options. Routing preference also select that, whether if I want the Microsoft network routing or the internet routing. Go to the next. In data protections, these many options would be available for you. Enable soft delete for blobs. What will happen, suppose you deleted any blob storage, so that blob will stay over there for the 7 days. So that by default something accidentally you deleted something, blob or files, those will be stay over there for 7 days, so that you can record those files. So that option is already selected. Soft delete containers, soft delete by share files, those files also like stays over there for 7 days. And tracking, it's up to you whether you want to like enable versioning for those storage container. If you want that, you can click on those things, then select next. Here encryption time is also Microsoft managed keys, if you want to use that encryption type, or you want your own customer managed keys to be imported over there. So those options are available. I'm selecting this first, Microsoft managed keys, and we will option files only that enable customer managed suppose key. Then go to the tags. It's up to you whether you want to import any tags or not for those storage accounts, but it is not compulsory. Then click on the review. In review, it will give you the subscription, your resource group, your location, what are the things you have already mentioned over there. And if you click here on the create, it will deploy You can see this option that initializing the deployment, and mm, within a minute, like your resource group storage account is created, and you will be able to see that. See, it won't take that much time. Now here you can see the deployment is in progress for our this storage account. If I go to the home page here, if I go to the storage account, you can see that nothing is there because the deployment is in the progress. Once the deployment is completed, you will be able to see that your storage account. Let's wait for it to be completed. Meanwhile, I will say now the deployment succeeded. Either way, you can click on the resource, or like again, as I mentioned, from home you can access that. So I'll go to that resource from here. Now you can see that my storage account is created. It have my resource group name, the location, the replications, how it should be replicated throughout the re- regions, and different fields are there. If you go from here to the containers, so you can see that only by default logs container, like one container is there. But suppose if you want to create your own container, you just have to click on the container, give the container the proper name, will give that input. See, okay, I is capital, so it's not accepting. So I'm previously I mentioned you all the things should be in the lowercase. Input, it accepted. It's clicked on the create. Now you saw that it got created. So like this, you can create on your different kind of containers in Azure storage account. If you have any questions on this, like how to create the storage account, how to create the containers, do let me know that. I will try to answer those questions. Thank you.